In this video, we're going to discuss a fundamental concept in logistics, the 6 R's. These 6 R's form the foundation of effective logistics operations, whether you're managing a warehouse, running a supply chain, or coordinating offshore logistics. The 6 R's help ensure that processes run smoothly and efficiently. So, what are the 6 R's? They stand for delivering the right product in the right quantity, to the right place, at the right time, in the right condition, and at the right cost. Let's explore each of these in detail. The first R is the right product. At its core, logistics is about ensuring that the specific product required by the customer or the operation is delivered. Imagine delivering spare parts to an offshore wind platform. If the wrong part is sent, operations could halt, causing delays and high costs. Logisticians must work closely with procurement, inventory teams, and suppliers to ensure accuracy, reducing the risk of errors. Errors can be hugely expensive, especially in offshore operations. And not only can they be expensive, they can be dangerous, deadly even. Next, we have the right quantity. Delivering too much or too little can cause various risks. That delivering too little is a problem is kind of obvious. That delivering too much is problematic too is not quite as obvious. After all, you may get stuff for free, right? Well, not quite. In operations, inventory is a double-edged sword. In the lean philosophy, experts say that inventory is the root of all evil. We can talk about inventory in greater detail later. For now, it shall suffice to say that receiving more supply than you need is likely to lead to additional cost, even if, hypothetically, you didn't have to pay your supplier for surplus deliveries. Moreover, if you think about offshore operations, transportation can represent a significant cost. If you transport more than necessary, you spend more money than necessary. Space is precious offshore, both in transportation as well as in offshore destinations. The third R is the right place. Getting the product to the exact location where it's needed is crucial. This requires precise planning, robust transport networks, and clear communication with stakeholders. I'd like to share a brief anecdote from my time in the automotive industry, which highlights the critical importance of coordination and also of the right place. 2 major German car manufacturers were on the brink of halting production at their main plants in Germany due to a shortage of critical electronic components. These parts were sourced from the same supplier's production facility in Mexico, and both companies decided to charter a plane to urgently transport the parts to Germany, avoiding a costly production standstill. The shipment arrived at Frankfurt Airport, where the parts were quickly unloaded and placed in 2 separate vans, each destined for one of the manufacturer's plants. Time was of the essence, and the drivers set off immediately. Both vans arrived just in time to prevent a production stoppage, or so it seemed. However, a critical mistake emerged. The drivers had swapped their destinations. The van carrying parts for manufacturer 1 mistakenly arrived at manufacturer 2's plant, and vice versa. Despite all the efforts to expedite the process, this simple error nearly caused the very production interruptions they were trying to avoid. The right product in the right quantity in the wrong place does not help. The fourth R is the right time. Timeliness is critical in logistics. A delay can ripple through the supply chain, disrupting production schedules or customer deliveries. This is especially important in just-in-time JIT systems, where materials arrive only when needed to minimize inventory. In offshore logistics, weather conditions often add complexity, making advanced scheduling essential to avoid costly delays. Fifth is the right condition. The product must arrive in the condition the customer expects. For example, a damaged turbine blade arriving at an offshore wind farm would halt installation and cause significant setbacks. If you think about the rental cost and running cost of the equipment and people required for installation, you can imagine this would be a very expensive mistake. The final R is the right cost. Logistics managers must find a balance between cost efficiency and meeting the other R's. In industries like offshore logistics, costs for just about everything are extremely high. However, the costliest thing you can do probably is to make mistakes. Cutting costs should never compromise quality, timeliness, or safety. The 6 R's of logistics describe general expectations of logistical problems. They must all be present for a solution to be acceptable. If you deliver the right quantity of something to the right place at the right time, in the right quality, at the right price, but it's the wrong material, it's no good to anyone. If you deliver the right material in the right quantity to the wrong place, you would also fail the task.